Like and follow if you love horror. All of you, it agreed. Why does it need over 7 billion people to exist? Teddy couldn't help but worry that his drive for his own scientific discovery had caused a full scale invasion. Because you called out to it with your fears. You all did. What it said reminded Teddy that he was still constructing a baseline to communicate the creature's intentions. It needs all of its eyes to see. All of you must be its eyes, so it can fully exist. Okay, Teddy flexed his brain muscle as hard as he could to decipher the enigma. The darkness is a door. It's here because it hasn't expressed itself yet. It wants to exist to be complete. When it says you, it means all humans. It sees us as one thing. It wants that one thing to be its eyes. It was drawn to the door by fear. It uses us to express a function so it can pick a form. Yes. That was the first time it completely agreed with Teddy, a decisive improvement. Is there something we can give it besides us? Teddy did his best to work within the loose terminology. Can it use something else for its eyes? We have another function it didn't consider? No. Come on. It knows what bargaining is. It likes that we'll try and bargain our way out of this. Let's make a deal. Teddy had so little to work with on his motivations, but at least it seemed bluntly honest. Maybe because it could read thoughts and the concept of lying was alien to it. Perhaps it was arrogance. It didn't think it had to lie because it didn't believe there was anything humans could do to stop it. It likes that. There was almost a sensual tone to the croaking voice in Teddy's head. It likes that you'll try to save yourself, prolong the inevitable. How far will you go, Theodore? Will you betray every human that you might hopefully suffer last? Teddy considered that it already knew the answer. Teddy wasn't even sure himself what lengths he'd go to for self-preservation. However, he considered that this may be a weakness it had not been aware of. If Teddy wasn't sure how desperate he could be, then how could it know? How could it know something Teddy wasn't sure of? Perhaps it was arrogance? I don't want to die down here, he admitted. Why lie if it could likely know the difference? The uncertainty might leave it guessing. Will you help it? Will you betray all that you supposed to... Will you betray all that you are to suspend your suffering? It was like an unholy communion, the creature asking Teddy for confession, like some twisted priest. Yes, Teddy said. Importantly, he was unsure if that was true. I know you can't just leave, or you would have stuffed that thing into the rat and let the whole place implode with us inside. You clearly need most, if not all of us, to get to the surface. If you tell me why, I will help you get the teddy fish more hosts. We must open the door, the creature explained. And you need us to do that. Teddy knew it could sense that he was also formulating a plan to stop it, but hoped it was arrogant enough to believe that he couldn't or that he would be too scared to try. Yes, it responded. It needs to see to open the door. Okay, and we need to be its eyes. He expanded upon the idea as best he could. Why does it need us to see? It cannot see itself, for it does not exist yet. The creature pulled some Zen-like logical backflip, nearly giving Teddy a headache and frustration. It needs us to see so it can exist. How are we supposed to see it if it doesn't exist? Teddy practically spasmed. He could swear that felt He could swear he felt an aneurysm coming. "It will exist when you see it," it replied. Teddy blinked dumbly. Everything he was dealing with was so surreal, so esoteric, that his mind struggled, as if to try and wake up from a bad dream. "Pinch yourself, Theodore," it said, picking up on his doubt. "But then, perhaps you are a dream, and the expression of it is merely you waking up." Look, it's just hard to understand what you're trying to tell me, because clearly we don't have the right words for it. He tried to clear his head and focus. "I want to help. I want to save myself and suspend my suffering." "Yes, you do," it interrupted again. "You do not believe it yet, but you do. It is only natural that you fear it and want to save yourself. It likes that. But you will see it. You will see it because you must. You will see it because you want to." Okay. Teddy formed a plan that he knew it would know, trying to imagine a plan that couldn't be stopped by knowing it. "Obviously, I can't trust you not to feed me to teddyfish. So if you need my help, I need you to give me something. We'll call it leverage." "The rapid ascension torpedoes will be disabled." The creature gestured towards the escape pods. "You will be given their communication devices." Teddy was left to consider his question. Or, Teddy was left to consider his options. Jesus. Across the station, as Teddy spoke to Teddyfish 3, the rest of the crew tore into the kitchen and rummaged up whatever weapons they could find. Sarah bolted for the knife drawer. Her left hand was still mangled and poured blood. The only item of use in the drawer was a small steak knife, but she snatched it up determinedly. Packer looked for something to give herself a little practical distance. First, she grabbed a broom from the utility closet, but the handle was flimsy corrugated plastic. Moving on, the mop handle was composite fiber and far sturdier. She tested its weight, satisfied that it would do. Robert considered tactics and grabbed a little fire extinguisher from the kitchenette. It was sturdy and could double as a club, but it also produced a significant amount of dry powdered suffocant. Enos grabbed the pot lid, thinking about protecting himself from the creature's long claws. Robert shot him a confused look. Enos just shrugged. Sarah sat down at the counter and snatched up the mic for the communications array. "Is there anybody out there? Mayday!" She shouted into the mic and waited for a response. "Jesus, did anyone see what happened to Teddy?" She was flustered that Teddy didn't just skirt around the creature and escape with the rest of them. "I'm sure he made it to the lab, Sarah," Robert assured her. "Great. Now we have to hope it can't break through the pressure glass of the damn lab." She shook her head. "I need someone to wrap my hand. I'll walk you through it. Just get the med pack from the cabinet." She held out her hand as she cued the mic with the other. "Is there anybody out there? Mayday!" Enos grabbed the pack while Parker took up post by the door. "Throw it here, I got it." Robert snapped his fingers, gesturing towards Enos. "You watch the other entrance." Speaking of it, what the fuck did we just witness? What the fuck is it? Is it even Simon? Packer was done thinking scientifically and thought in abstract. But the reality was, she just wanted out. "We need to just jump in those damn rats and flatten this place." "We're not leaving Teddy," Sarah said quickly, tone stern. "I've lost 2 crew members already. I'm not losing another." "Lost?" Enos looked back only for a second as he watched the door. "You act as if Liddy has already dead. We don't even know if Simon is fully gone." "No, she's right," Robert interjected as he wrapped Sarah's hands. "That wasn't Simon in there, and from